Are you living a carefully curated lie online? In 2026, that lie is the air you breathe. Your digital persona, the one you built so perfectly, is starting to feel more real than you. And forget digital detox. That is child's play. This is not about deleting apps. This is about reclaiming your soul from the cage you built yourself.
Carl Jung warned us about this decades ago. He said, "The brighter the light, the darker the shadow." In 2026, your digital persona is that blinding light. It is polished. It is successful. It is always smiling. But here is the dangerous truth. Whatever you crop out of the frame, whatever you edit out of the caption, does not disappear. It goes into the basement of your psyche. It becomes your shadow. And the more energy you spend polishing the mask, the stronger and hungrier the beast in the basement becomes. You feel this gap widening every day. It creates a specific kind of modern anxiety, the anxiety of being seen without ever being known. You have followers, you have likes, you have connections, but do they know you? Or do they only know the avatar you built? Let me tell you about Mark. Mark built a personal brand on relentless positivity. Millions watched him every morning for motivation. He was the picture of success. But at night, Mark sat in his expensive apartment, paralyzed by a depression he could not name. Why? Because he had become a prisoner of his own profile. He believed that if he showed one crack, just one moment of real, messy human weakness, the audience would leave. He wasn't a person anymore. He was a product, and products are not allowed to be sad. Mark is not an exception. He is a mirror. You might not have millions of followers, but be honest, are you doing the same thing? Are you trading your messy, complex human reality for a digital applause that leaves you feeling starved?
You might be asking, how do I know if I have gone too far? How do I know if my persona has eaten my soul? The signs are subtle at first. It starts with a feeling I call persona fatigue. It is that heaviness you feel right before you open the app, a microscopic sigh. It is the irritation you feel when a friend wants to take a picture of your dinner before you can eat it. It is the sudden, inexplicable urge to throw your phone into the river. Do not ignore that urge. That is not anger. That is your soul gasping for air. And you are not alone. Look around you. Why do you think slow tech is suddenly a movement? Why are people buying flip phones again? Why are vinyl records outselling downloads? We are not just being nostalgic. We are starving for friction. We are starving for things that have weight, texture, and imperfection. Because the digital world is frictionless, and without friction, we cannot feel ourselves. But there is another force at work here, a darker force pushing us back to reality, the collapse of digital trust. In 2026, seeing is no longer believing. Deepfakes, AI avatars, data breaches that spill our secrets onto the dark web. The digital world has proven itself to be a house of cards, unstable, untrustworthy. And when the ground beneath your feet starts to shake, where do you run? You run to the only thing that is real. You run to the only thing that cannot be hacked or deepfaked or canceled. You run to your authentic self. So, if you are feeling that fatigue, if you are feeling that distrust, congratulations. It means your soul is still alive. It means you are ready to break the glass. But how? How do you integrate your shadow and reclaim your ground without deleting your existence? How do you live in 2026 without losing your mind?
I want you to imagine your soul is a house. For years, you have been living on the front porch, painting the railings, waving at the neighbors, making sure everything looks perfect from the street. But inside, the rooms are dark. The furniture is covered in dust sheets, and you haven't been in the kitchen in a decade. It is time to go back inside. Here are 3 strategies, 3 keys to unlock the door and reclaim your home. Strategy number 1, conscious engagement. This is about stopping the autopilot. Most of us post, scroll, and like in a trance. We are feeding the persona without even realizing it. Here is the practice. Before you share anything at all, I want you to pause. Take 1 breath and ask yourself this question. Am I sharing this to express who I am or to control how I am seen? There is a massive difference. Expression comes from the inside out. It is messy. It is vulnerable. It feels like a release. Control comes from the outside in. It is calculated. It is polished. It feels like a tightening in your chest. If you feel that tightening, if you are rewriting the caption for the 10th time, if you are adding filter after filter, stop. Delete the draft. Put the phone down. You just saved yourself from adding another brick to your own prison. You chose silence over performance. And that silence, that is where your authentic self lives. Strategy number 2, build authenticity anchors. The digital world is a storm. It's constantly shifting. To survive it, you need anchors in the physical world. These are experiences that exist for you and only you. Experiences that are never shared, never captured, never validated by a like. I want you to schedule them. Put them in your calendar like a doctor's appointment. A walk in the woods without your phone. A conversation with a friend where devices are left in the other room. Cooking a meal that you do not photograph. These moments are sacred. They are the only times your brain gets to rest from the performance. They are the only times you get to be just a human being. Not a brand, not an avatar, just flesh and bone and breath. The more anchors you drop, the harder it will be for the digital current to sweep you away. You will start to feel heavier, more solid, more real. And finally, strategy number 3, ethical tech use, or turning the weapon into a tool. We have been using technology to replace our identity. We need to start using it to support our identity. What does that mean? It means changing the direction of the flow. Instead of using your phone to broadcast to the world, use it to listen to yourself. Use the voice memo app, not for a podcast, but for a diary. Talk to it, rant to it, cry to it. Say the things you are too afraid to post. Use the Notes app, not for a to-do list, but for poetry, for bad ideas, for dreams you don't understand. When you use technology this way, it becomes a mirror for your soul, not a billboard for your ego. You are reclaiming the device. You are telling the algorithm, you do not own me, I own you. This is how you integrate the shadow. You give it a safe place to speak where it won't be judged by the public eye.
And when the shadow feels heard, it stops screaming. It stops sabotaging you. It starts working with you. These strategies are not easy. They require discipline. They require the courage to be invisible. In a world that screams, "Look at me," choosing to be unseen is a radical act of rebellion. But it is the only way to be free.
Now, it is time to make this real. It is time to drop your anchor. I am not asking you to delete your social media accounts today. That is too big. And frankly, it is often just another form of running away. I am asking you to reclaim one small piece of your life. Here is your challenge for this week, the Anchor Challenge. I want you to choose one activity, just one. It could be drinking your morning coffee. It could be reading a book to your child. It could be watching the sunset. And for that one activity, I want you to make a sacred pact with yourself. No phones, no photos, no checking in, no thinking about how you would describe it in a caption. For that 15 minutes or that hour, you are completely offline. You are completely present. You are completely you. And here is the hard part. When the urge comes, and it will come, to reach for your device, to capture the moment, to share the moment, I want you to let that urge pass. Feel the anxiety of being unconnected, and then feel the relief that follows. That relief is your soul exhaling. If you are ready to do this, if you are ready to build your first anchor, I want you to type 2 words in the comments below, my anchor. And then tell me what your anchor is going to be. My anchor is my morning walk. My anchor is dinner with my wife. By writing it down, you are making it real. You are not just telling me, you are telling yourself. You are planting a flag in the ground of your own life and saying, this belongs to me, not to the algorithm. Remember, authenticity is not a destination. You do not arrive at being real and then stop. It is a practice. It is a choice you make over and over again 100 times a day. Every time you choose presence over performance, you are winning. Every time you choose connection over curation, you are winning. You are building a life that feels good on the inside, not just one that looks good on the outside.
Embrace the mess. Embrace the complexity. Embrace the parts of you that do not fit into a square crop. Because here is the secret. When you drop the mask, you give everyone around you permission to drop theirs. You become a lighthouse in the fog of perfection. And trust me, the world is desperate for lighthouses right now. So go live, not for the camera, but for yourself. But be warned, once you stop playing the game, you start to see the board. Once you take off your own mask, you start to see the invisible strings that are pulling everyone else. You start to see the ancient stories, the archetypes that are secretly directing the entire digital show. In our next video, Archetypal Narratives in 2026, we are going to pull back the curtain on social media's unseen influences. We are going to decode the hidden myths that make content go viral and make us buy things we do not need. It is time to stop being a character in someone else's story and start writing your own.
If you are ready to see the matrix for what it really is, subscribe to the channel. Join us. The journey deeper into the collective unconscious is just beginning. I am 50 years old, and I am finally learning to be me. Are you?